Good morning, Yvonne. Here we go again. Good morning, Jean. How are we doing today? Hi, Janine. Welcome in. Come a little closer, buddy. They want to see you. There we go. That's the thumbnail picture. It's a picture I have of Andy Warhol. It was a poster I was given from a friend at a white elephant Christmas party one year. She used to do she used to do like graphic artwork stuff, and she'd do a lot of like black and white images of different people. I have one that of Johnny Carson as Karnak. I used to have one with Steve Martin playing the dad in Parenthood, the scene where he was in the cowboy suit, the little teeny tiny hat, and the goofy grin on his face. I gave that to Jordan. He really liked that one. So, but yeah, she made them all. But that one I still have. Yeah, it is. And if you look at it closely, it's because he's an artist. Andy Warhol's an artist. And if you look at it, it looks like he's painting the flag on him, which is really cool. Was an artist. Yeah, that's true. Technically, he's been dead for some time. No, they were a group of friends that I had back in California. It used to include Matt, the guy that does the Island Horizon videos. It was him and a group of his friends. And I've gotten some strange things, and that was the thing. Sometimes you give away things that are good. Sometimes you give away things that aren't so good. I don't know a whole lot about what's going on at the Rock Store right now. I did go down there after the live stream last week, and basically they said due to some sort of a family emergency, they were closed. And so I guess it's something family. I don't know. I sent a message over to them through Facebook, and they replied and said, "Yeah, we're just kind of reevaluating what's happening right now, but they think they'll be all right." They sent me another message, said they're going to be closed this weekend, but probably back open next. So we'll definitely have to take a trip down there and see what happened. Hey, Eric, how you doing? You still filming all the sporting events at school? I don't know. Whack is just kind of appropriate too, though. It's supposed to be kind of nice today, kind of 80s and kind of humid. We're maybe having some rain coming in tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully, I drained the rain barrel on anticipation. Yeah, I do too, Gene. I mean, like I said, I talked to the profile. They have a profile named after company. So I'm not sure if it was Chris or Kara. It was probably Kara that I talked to, but I'm not sure. But he or she, whoever was, said that they feel that they'll probably be all right. So I don't know. well, I'll see if I can figure out what happened, and I don't know. We'll see. I hope they're back. I like their store. That's my favorite small business by far in town. Right? I mean, granted, I go to HEB more, but that's not really a small business, is it? Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, having it cool off a little bit. I've said that before about weather. About the time you get sick of one thing, it changes. No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to go to the Veterans Day Parade. I've been there in the past. It was great. It was a very, it was a very, good parade. I also remember that day there was a weird weather change, a weird cold front rolled in. I went there wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and I had to leave the parade early because the temperature went from like 80 to about 40 in about 10 minutes. I'd never seen a weather change like that, but it was drastic, and I was numb when I got back to the car. But it was a great parade. No, no, I'm not. Basically, it is where you saw it. It was at the end of that last video. I haven't done anything now in a few days. It's gonna be months before anything is planted there. I was thinking I might end up going back and getting the rototiller again and digging up some more of it, but I want to move around what's there now because, like I said before, what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to have a pathway walking kind of. I'm going to divide it into quadrants, and then with a pathway going back and forth between them, and I want to fill in that pathway with the soil that's here, and then we can put the good soil in the area where the trees and the plants and stuff are going to go. This is definitely going to be one of those make it up as you go along projects because I don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet. But somebody mentioned some, you know, uh, ideas they had in one of the comments on one of the videos, and I started thinking, you know what I got to do? I got to put lights in there. I got to put low V electric lights in there. That'll look awesome. Lighting up the trees, some nice landscape lighting there. That'll look awesome in there. So I don't know. Like I said, it's a work in progress, and it will look a lot different when it's finished than it does right now in my head. But that's just the fun of it. Good morning, Kim. Yeah, I do. It is a huge area to work with. I mean, let's do the math here. Let's see here. Hang on a second. Whip up my handy dandy calculator here. I got to get into scientific calculator mode here. Hang on. The cheesy little calculator didn't have pi in it. Okay, so 14-foot radius. That didn't come out right. Hang on. I didn't clear something. Yeah, it's going to be almost 88 square feet of territory in there. So, yeah, that's a lot of landscape there. A lot of room to do stuff. And it's not just going to be the trees. There'll be like little things. around the trees and stuff like that. It's going to look nice. Well, like I said, the big part of it is going to be the the fruit trees. I want to have a peach tree. I want to have maybe an orange tree, a lemon tree. I got to figure out what's going to work here, because it's got to be a tree that's going to do well in the extremes that we can get here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it comes out. It's going to be a fun project. I don't know if there's going to be room for a bench. No, I mean not room for a bench in this one little section that I'm building. I could put a bench out there. Well, whatever impact it had on the squirrels, they seem to be over it because they're back inside there doing their thing. Well, this is definitely going to be an ongoing project because it's not going to stop with this thing. I got ideas for radically altering the backyard, and that may take years to do. Yeah, I know. I'm going to need that money tree. I don't know how well do those do in Texas. Can get kind of hot here. Yeah, I bet you everyone will want to come over at harvest time. I have a job. I guess that's as close as I have right now to a money tree. Rhonda said something in Facebook a couple days ago that she might stop in today. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, with a little luck, you'll get to ask her yourself here. Let me see if I can find that posting from her. No, I don't see it right now, but oh well. It reminded me I got to go in and dispute something with Facebook. A video I posted a year ago from just my backyard showing a rainstorm and me talking about it a little bit somehow has been flagged as copyright, and they've muted the audio because I'm not allowed to have audio. But it's audio, unless Sony Music is capable of copywriting my voice and my video or my audio of a rainstorm in my backyard. I don't see that there's a that they have any say on this. But I got to dispute that because they alerted me that a few days ago and I forgot. Let's just look for escaping the mouse and resubscribe. I happen to know the moderator. I can probably get you in pretty quick. Do it right here on my phone. Or maybe you accidentally hit the block button. I mean, that sometimes happens. They make that way too easy to do. And I don't even know how you go about doing that. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can figure it out quickly on my Facebook here. Blocking. Let's see if there's something in there. Okay. All right. Try this. If you're on a cell phone, go to the settings page and find the setting that says blocking. It's about two-thirds of the way down the page, and that will list everything that's blocked. And you can unblock me if you want, and then you might be able to find me. That could happen. So yeah, settings, blocking, and then look for the place, look for escaping the mouse and unblock it. I'm not guaranteeing that's what happened, but it could be. If you can't even find it, typing in the search, and that could be it. That's too bad about the football game, but it was fun to have gone to the playoffs, and you'll pick something else up. Won't be long until it's baseball season. They film those games too, right? Haven't really thought about Thanksgiving. I am off work that day, so that'll be kind of nice. But haven't really thought that much beyond it. Might put Christmas lights up. I usually do that around then. Got to figure out what I want to do different this year. I like to add something every year, but I heard in next town up, headed towards Dallas, is a town called West, and there's supposedly like a really great Christmas store there. And so I think I'm going to take a run up there and see what they got, because maybe they got something really great and spectacular. The pictures I saw made it look like a lot of like indoor stuff, but maybe they got some outdoor stuff too. So I'm gonna take a trip over there today and see if we can find something great. The way I do Christmas and the way I do Halloween is every year I like to add something new, and I don't have anything new to add to Christmas yet. I'm thinking of potentially replacing my white icicle lights. I've had them for a long time, and they're starting to look a little ratty. I'll probably like cook a steak or something on the grill. Yeah, I'm not really that much of a get together with people anyway, kind of thing, kind of person. Yeah, so it'll continue, Eric. You're gonna get to the point where you're an expert. Some TV station is gonna snap you up. Go for some of those freelance gigs too, Eric. You could make a nice, just do a nice little freelance thing. Capture news events. I mean, I've captured a couple of news events. Yeah, that wouldn't hurt my feeling if people hit the like button. That never hurts. My sister's family is doing all right. My brother-in-law, my sister's husband, his father passed away a few weeks ago, so that was kind of sad. But he was a nice guy and was a good grandfather and a good father, and so his son turned into an excellent young man. Someone I'm happy and proud is that he's married to my sister, so he's a good guy. You're getting a Letterman jacket? That's cool. What's my favorite Thanksgiving meal? I mean, I guess my favorite thing, to have on Thanksgiving is that cranberry dessert that my mom used to make with the cranberry jello and the kind of white topping with the cream cheese and the pineapple in it. I made that once. It was really really good. It is. It's one of my favorite things. The recipe's in the vlog. I did that a while ago. Oh, there you go. You're in, Gene. I happen to know we found you. Was that what happened? You blocked? All right, you're approved. You're back in, Gene. You're buffering a little. I'm not showing any problems on my end. Anyone else having issues? Was that what it was? You got blocked, or you blocked me, or something? Wow, I've thought about getting a 3D printer. That'd be cool for 25 bucks. That's amazing. You get some pretty healthy deals there. Okay, good. I'm glad it's straightened out. Okay, well, that happens too. If you type escaping the muse, you're not going to find me. Still in bed. It's quite a life you got there, Eric. Filming all the sports games and then sleep until noon. Yeah, but I would bet you that a vlog called "Escaping the Moose" would have to be a bunch of moose encounters with people where the moose like charges people or something like that. That's what I would imagine. I don't imagine people running away from a mouse, although I guess some people do. I haven't watched Rocky and Bullwinkle in a long time. Want to see me pull a rabbit out of a hat? Time to get a new hat. I think I found something at the grocery store for like $2 once. It was like a Dudley Do Right um, disc with a bunch of with if not a bunch, maybe all of the cartoons. Give us an inside look, Eric. What's your video going to be about? I always hope that when people are doing cartoons that they're laughing hysterically while they're coming up with the ideas. Because if the cartoonists are laughing, then I'm probably going to laugh too. I always think of the goofy things that Matt and Trey come up with when they're doing South Park, and how it's just got to be a laugh riot to be in the studio with them or in the animating room with them. Yeah, I remember Fractured Fairy Tales too. Those are cool. Never got into American Dad as much. Snidely Whiplash. Oh man, I forgot about him. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, I never saw Johnny Quest. Guess that wasn't my generation. Love Marvin the Martian. I picked up a Looney Tunes compilation a number of years ago too that has a bunch of like Marvin the Martian cartoons. No, I'll figure out exactly what's going to go into the garden when we get to that point. First priority here is to get it all set up and ready to go. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be cool. Like I said, I've already decided I'm putting lights in there. Yeah, ducked. Wasn't it the 24th and a half century? Starving Marvin. Yeah, the Ethiopian guy that just wanted food. Wait, is something going on wrong? What, did I just say something wrong to Tracy? I heard that Rhonda, I thought Rhonda posted something on Facebook saying she might pop up this week for a little bit. Maybe not the whole thing, but hmm, I don't know. We have maybe inside information that Rhonda's in jail. I don't know about that. I haven't. I cannot. We cannot corroborate that information right now. Sources say. I think we might have paid her bail. I don't know. Maybe she clobbered somebody with some lettuce. Work's going fine. It was a kind of a crazy week, at least at the end. Usually, the way it's set up is there's my direct boss, and then there's me, and there's another lead. The other lead has more seniority than I do, and she's kind of the one who's training me. And she took yesterday off, so yesterday was kind of a crazy day, but we got through it. Yeah, I got the ads set to pop up every about 12 minutes. That's they give me options on how frequently to do it, and that seems about right. Well, that's a good way to express that you have a crush on somebody is to avoid them. Well, I think this is the only entity that has a crush on me. No, the situation kind of changed a little bit when I became a lead. At that point, she's flirting with her boss, and that becomes an issue. And I think she realized that wasn't a good idea. Your fur needs to be a little thinned out there in the front. I got to cut a few naps off of you too, don't I? Yes, I do. I don't know how good a good idea it would be to reinstate mental institutions, though, because I think a lot of us might end up in them. Oh, I didn't mean anything. That was just me being funny, Tracy. If I offended you, I apologize. That wasn't intended. Oh yeah, he loves the brush. He just loves to be handled, though. Oh, that's creepy, Spaniel Mom. Yeah, we'll have to thicken your skin up a little bit because I go there sometimes, but it's harmless. The only people I go after really personally are like trolls and stuff like that. But if you're a regular here and I say something to you that that could be taken one of two ways, trust me, it's the better of the two. No, I like this place. I'm keeping this place, Scott. I have no reason to leave. This place is everything I need. Some friends at work, I'm like I said, I'm kind of an introvert, so I'm happy just kind of being at home doing my own thing. Haven't seen Flash in a couple of days, but that's not that uncommon on the first day of my weekend because I leave for work and it's dark, and I come home from work and it's dark, and when it's dark, Flash has found someplace to hide. It's starting to cool down though, also, so she might still be slowing down a little bit. Yeah, I had stairs in the house in California, and I don't know, a two-story house when I was growing up was kind of a status symbol. So I like the idea of a two-story house, but once I sold that one and bought one here, that was one of the requirements for the house, single story. I don't want to get to the point where they find me dead at the bottom of the stairs with a broken neck. That would just be kind of an embarrassing ending. Cause of death, fell down the stairs. Yeah, Halloween did come and go pretty quick, and it's hard to believe it's almost Thanksgiving now. A couple more weeks. I doubt it. I doubt it would be any kind of story. Nobody would cover that. Nobody knows who I am. Whenever I was in an apartment, I wanted to make sure that I was always on the top floor because I don't like the sound of people clumping around on top. So my first apartment I moved into, I said, yeah, I want a second floor apartment. It was great too because that apartment had these big, giant, tall, vaulted ceilings in the living room, and so I'd get a 12 or a 13-foot tall Christmas tree every year, drag it up the stairs. And the house I had in California had really tall ceilings too. This house makes me feel a little claustrophobic. Not necessarily here because that's probably 12 or 13 feet up, but a lot of the rest of the house, the ceiling is like 7 feet up. I can reach up and touch the ceiling. That's one thing I can say about the house in California. I never felt claustrophobic in it. Yeah, I mean, I just saw that there was a point. I'm getting older now, and stairs are maybe a danger I don't want to risk. And I like having everything on kind of the bottom level, not having to climb stairs. Yeah, well, that's it. And as you get a little older too, a fall can be much more serious. Yeah, the ceilings here could be considered cathedral. Well, somewhat. It slopes up at about an angle here, like that. But yeah, this is the tallest room in the house, and I could put a pretty massive Christmas tree. But the only place I could put a Christmas tree that would be optimal would be right here, kind of at this peak right up here. And I know there's too much there. It would block the TV. It would block the CDs. It's just, yeah, no. I just got that artificial one I put here over here by the guitars, and that'll probably go up in the next week or two. Christmas lights will probably go up Thanksgiving weekend. That's the way I usually do it. I got crazy neighbors that have their Christmas lights up already. They had them up before Halloween. It's just too early, man. I'm sorry. I don't know if you remember when I went a few months ago to the Sorghum Festival um, down at Heritage Homes, Homestead Heritage, but there was that glass shop in there that had those beautiful pieces of glass that looked like flame in colors of red and blue. I was thinking it'd be great to commission that guy to do these two front windows in front of the house, one in red and one in blue. It would look awesome. Yeah, it's going to go right between the guitars. No, the guitars will be covered for a while. That's what usually happens. They just go right into that corner. Oh yeah, Train Village will be back. In fact, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how the mineral display case works with the Train Village because if I've designed it right, and I think I did, I should just be able to pull the mineral display case forward, and uh, the extension for the Train Village will just come over the top of it. It'll also be great because I can take all the boxes for all the stuff and hide it behind the mineral display case. So there'll be all sorts of room in there. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Susan. Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily looking for like any images, but the thing the guy had, it looked like flame. It was like it was beautiful looking. I would love to have something. Boy, everybody's in jail today, aren't they? Question is, are Susan and Rhonda in the same jail? Darth might still be here. It's why I like you guys so much. You're so interesting. Yeah, it doesn't sound like fun. Wow, you're all in jail. What's going on? Anybody not in jail? Well, the thing I thought would be neat about this stained glass in the window is one of the only real regret I have about this house is there aren't enough windows and there isn't enough natural light in this house. And I'm kind of a privacy person, so I don't like there are a couple windows behind me uh, that go out into the front yard. And I don't really like to have them open a whole lot because I don't like people looking in on me. But if I had one of those stained glass windows, you wouldn't be able to see it, but it would let the light through. You wouldn't be able to see through it, but it'd be able to let the light through. And I think it would look really nice in here. Because then I just leave those things open all the time, or leave the blinds up. No, I don't want to. I don't want it to just be something that makes it opaque. I actually want it to be something that's pretty. I've thought of skylights too. That would be. And I think part of the problem, there's decent windows on this side of the house because, I got this window back here. I got the window for the door behind me. There's a window in the kitchen you can see. And then there's these two windows here. And if you leave them all open, you get nice light in here. But like I said, I'm not one of those people that, I walk around at night. There's a lot of people that, you know, they get their front windows open, the lights on. You can see them in there doing their thing. I don't, that's not for me. That kind of gives me the creeps. But like I said, something beautiful like that would look nice in the front of the house. I mean, the only time I open the windows, really honestly, is when I do the live streams. I like the natural light I get from them. That would be the big concern I'd have about skylights. Is I've heard so many horror stories about people who say they leak. Yeah, right. That's it exactly, Dot. There's two kinds of skylights: those that leak and those that will leak. What'd you post, Spaniel Mom? Hey, Breck, how you doing? Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the solar panel thing. But Jordan's vlogs are a little bit different than mine. That would be something I'd turn into a vlog or two or three. No, that's one of the things I love about this house. This house actually is really well insulated. There was there was like about a week long period in the middle of summer, like a year or two ago, where my air conditioning went out, and it was like 4 days before the house started getting uncomfortable. This place holds heat and holds cold very well. Well, that would be the concern if I did. It would be great to have skylights. And the truth is, this room here would be perfect for it because it isn't a very long punch through the ceiling. Because I think basically it's probably that's just the underside of the ceiling of the roof right there. So it's probably only like a 2x6 or a 2x8 going through there. So it'd be a very small area to go through. But like I said, I'd be concerned about the potential of leaking. It would also be really, really nice down this hall to have them in there. But see, that's going to be more complicated because that's a longer period, a longer distance to travel to get to this, to get to the, get up to the roof. And I had to do a lot in this hallway because this hallway is so dark. And I don't know if you remember when I first moved in, one of the first things I did was put those lights in the hall because they had lights in there, but they were just really dim and it didn't light things up. And I knew I wanted to put my posters in there and wanted to be able to look at them and see them clearly. So, you know, a lot of lighting, a lot of things I did in the house to compensate for the fact that there isn't really good windows. Yeah, I like my big living room. I mean, I got everything I need in my living room, and I got this big giant space here that I could put a pool table there if I wanted to. More than enough room for that. I've thought about that too. I'd love a pool table someday. I don't know where I'd put more windows. That's the only problem. The only windows room there be would be maybe here, but then I'd just be looking at the neighbor's house next to me. That's not really that good. Can't do anything on this wall because through that wall is the kitchen. Can't do anything on that wall because through that wall is the garage. Can't really do any more on the wall behind me because it's the two windows that are there plus the fireplace. That's something I loved about the house in California is it had a lot of windows. There's a big giant window going out into the backyard in the living room, and then big giant sliding glass door going out into the backyard from the kitchen, and a lot of windows upstairs. Well, that's what I'm thinking. If I put those beautiful pieces of stained glass in there, one, it would look awesome from the street. Because I'd leave the blinds open most of the time, so when the lights are on at night, there'd be a beautiful blue glow coming from those windows. It would look awesome. Yeah, I've done that a little bit with the blinds, but like I said, I still prefer my privacy, and even that seems a little much at times. But yes, I've done that where you crack them open just a little bit to let a little light in. Yeah, I can't imagine I have a player piano in the house. Yeah, well, you got to remember, player pianos were built like 100 years ago when things are made to last. Did I miss somebody's question here? Oh, the rock store. Okay, sorry, I missed that one. Sometimes I start talking and then I start looking at the comments and I miss something. I did go down to the store last weekend and there was a sign in front of the store said that the store was closed temporarily due to a family emergency. Didn't really get a lot. I wasn't sure. My question was, this all happened really, really suddenly because like a day before this, they posted this cryptic message about the store being closed. They put up something that said, "Yeah, come in this weekend. We got a whole bunch of new stuff to look at and to show you." And then all of a sudden, the next day, they post this thing. So I figured, well, whatever it was, it had to be something that happened fast. This isn't like it's like, okay, yeah, this isn't working. We're not making enough money. We're gonna have to close the shop. That wasn't that kind of thing, because they would have known that was coming for a while. And this was something that happened fast. And so I was wondering, I don't know, was there an accident down there? Was there a fire or a flood or something like that? But it could be like a family. I guess it was a family thing. I've talked to them online a little bit. They seem to think they're going to be okay, but I don't know. I'm thinking right now it might have been a family member passed, but I'm not sure how that works because one of the things that they said in their original Facebook post I saw is that they were questioning whether the store was going to come back or not. And I don't think a death in the family would result in the store, closing. Yeah, I could understand a temporary thing, but I don't know. I don't know a lot. There's more questions I have than I know the answer to. So, yeah, that's it. They're in jail. Yeah, I'm guessing, when I do show up next time, uh, I'll get some more answers. That's why I like having Black Dot here. We always go off in some weird tangent. They haven't been in business for long. I started visiting them shortly after they started. I think they just hit their 1 year anniversary like earlier this year. So they don't have a website. They just have a Facebook page. See, I wish they did do a website because they could start selling, nationally or even internationally. Yeah, I don't think that's what happened though, because I don't think this is they're going out of business. I don't know, maybe, but it just seems like it happened really fast. But that's one of the questions we got to deal with. Last 4 years really haven't been that friendly for a business environment. Now Texas is kind of an exception. If you're in Texas or if you're in Florida, you can do pretty well. They never would have made it in California. No way. Right? I couldn't even make it in California. I had to come to Texas to make it, didn't I? No, not really. Not another rock shop in town. There's a there's a place called the Cameron Trading Company. I've taken you there once or twice on blogs, and they're basically, it's a consignment store, and there's one of the little people that have some floor space in there sell rocks, and so they have some stuff, but it isn't anything like Gallery 11. Look who came back. So I don't know. I might have to find something online. I don't know. It'd be very sad if I lost my rock shop because it's something that makes me happy. I'd be concerned about eBay just because you never know what you're getting until you see it. I like the fact that I could, sorry, I like the fact that I can walk into Gallery 11, pick it up, hold it in my hands. There's a lot of things that I'm not as into doing online because I like to, even with clothing, people buy clothes online. I don't like doing that because, it's hard to know what you're going to get. And then you have to go, if that doesn't fit right, then you got to send it back. It's a pain. Well, I'm gonna assume that right now that I have a relationship with them because I'm hoping. The last I heard sounds like maybe they're going to be all right, but I don't know. I don't know a lot, and that I think that's more in it than anything else. What the issue is, I don't know what's happening, and I like going and seeing them, and I like seeing what they have, and needless to say, I've spent a lot of money over there with them. Yeah, Yvonne's always got the greatest emojis. Yeah, me too. I want to hold it in my hand. I don't know. I got an emoji button here. Let's see what kind of emojis I have available to me. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. I guess I have all the great emojis too, because I've seen that one. And Yvonne has posted that one. Oh, yeah, there's some fun stuff here. An alien here. Okay, there we go. Wow, I could have fun with this. Okay, we're down to flowers now. Food. Oh, yeah, they got all sorts of stuff. Travel. They got them in themes here. All right. Well, there we go. I wasted enough time on that. Yeah, the purple one looks like Marge Simpson. I always think it looks like Marge Simpson because with the blue hair. Yeah, I think that's always. I've always thought that looked like Marge Simpson. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some answers now about UFOs. There's a lot of info out there about it, but the thing that surprises me more than anything else is most of the video footage or photographic footage you got is from like 30, 40 years ago. You think everybody's walking around with one of these now. Why isn't there just? Why aren't we just being bombarded with pictures and video? Because if it's happening out there, I think you got to admit a lot of times when people say it happened, they couldn't prove it because they didn't have a camera. Well, everyone has a camera now everywhere they go. So I don't know why there isn't more evidence popping up out there if it's actually happening. I don't know what to believe in. I kind of want to believe it is out there. I think the universe is too big for it just to be us. Now, whether it's possible for people from to visit from other planets, I don't know. If you ask Einstein, it would be a monumental task because he couldn't go any faster than the speed of light, supposedly. Yeah, I hope we get to get an answer someday. I'd like to know the answer to that. I would bet you the government knows more than they say. That's true. You're probably right, Gene. Sometimes I shake my head. I don't know if it happens. It'll just be one of those things we have to deal with. Let's hope they're more like ET and less like Predator. It's funny, I was just watching V recently. That's kind of a fun story about an alien invasion. I've been through Roswell a couple of times. I would actually like to spend more time there at some point. Um, we went through Roswell when Jordan and I came to Texas the first time, and then I went through Roswell again when I came home from my mom's funeral earlier this year. But it wasn't much more than a stop by and just get out and walk around a little bit. There was a great rock shop that I found down there, but didn't really find anything I was looking for. I don't think I ever saw the Invaders. I know there was a Roswell TV series. I never watched it. Yeah, I love the Twilight Zone. I was a huge Twilight Zone fan. Probably was a good thing you weren't talking too much then, Scott. Probably not a good idea to be typing and driving at the same time. Glad you could join us, though. You at a stoplight, or you done driving now? I never really watched Night Gallery that much, and I guess I probably should have. It was That was another Rod Serling thing. Thanks for stopping in, Dot. Appreciate you always. Grocery shopping. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was. I think that episode is called Living Doll. That was the doll that started saying, "My name is Taki Tina, and I don't like you. My name is Taki Tina, and I'm gonna kill you." Yeah, that was a creepy one. That's the one you're talking about, right? Yeah, I like some Tales from the Crypt too. That was good. Was it Talking Tina or Talkie Tina? I thought it was Talkie Tina. There's so many classic Twilight Zone episodes. The one called The Good Life, where the kid wishes people away into the cornfield who displease him. He sure was, except when it came to smoking, he was way behind the times there. Unfortunately, that's what took him from us. And To Serve Man, that's a classic. I did watch some Alfred Hitchcock Presents, but I don't remember that one. He did. Even when he'd be doing his intros for the show, he'd have a cigarette. Yeah, it's a cookbook, right? Yeah, that's a classic. And I've always liked one called The Hunt. It's about an old man and a dog who go raccoon hunting. They both die, and they end up walking around, and they come to a gatekeeper says, "Oh yeah, this is heaven, but you can't bring the dog in here." And the guy says, I ain't going in without my dog." And he keeps walking down the road and comes to another guy, and that's the real heaven. And the reason the first place wouldn't let the dog in is because they were afraid the dog would smell of the brimstone and warn him. There were several good Civil War ones. Oh yeah, I saw Hitchcock in a number of his own things. I like it when people do cameos like that. I'd love to go visit Gettysburg. Yeah, was that the one with Robert Redford? Robert Redford was like the angel of death, and he was trying to get her to open the door, and she was in denial about it, and eventually she does, and he takes her. I think he did do cameos, in, if not in all of them, in a lot of them. Even Alfred Hitchcock understood the concept of the Easter egg. Another Twilight Zone one I love is called The Last Rites of Jeffrey Myrtlebank. Jeffrey Myrtlebank dies, and they're in the process of performing the funeral. He wakes up and opens up the coffin. Everybody freaks out, and from then on, everybody thinks that he's like some demon that's come back, and they're afraid of him. But he's going to get married to a woman he loves, and basically says, you know what, you got a choice. Uh, you can, you're either right about me or you're wrong about me. If you're wrong about me, I'm just the guy you've always known. If you're right about me, you better be nice to me because you don't know what I can do to you. And at the end, he's trying to explain to his wife that he's just trying to to get them to leave him alone. And at the last scene, he pulls out a match to light his pipe, and the match just ignites by itself. I haven't seen the well. There is a fort. There's a fort that was here like during World War II, or during Civil War, I think. But it's been built over now. It isn't here anymore. We Oh yeah, losing Gene again. We always seem to lose Gene about this time of the day. Funny, I guess church starts the same time every week, huh? Who'd have thunk? Another one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes is called Time Enough at Last. It's about a guy who just loves to read books. He works at a bank and he's constantly getting in trouble from his boss because he's always not doing his job and reading books. And then one day he goes down into the bank vault during his lunch break to read, be left alone, and a nuclear war happens and everyone else dies. And he's left alone, and now he's got all the time in the world to read his books. And he's found an old abandoned library, and he's got this year's books, and next year's books, the year after that's books, all stacked up, ready to go. And then his glasses fall off and break. Oops, that's a good one. The passer. Okay, yeah, I think I know that one. I think I know which one you're talking about. The passerbys. Yeah, it's like a bunch. It's a bunch of ghosts of Civil War uh, victims, right? Yeah, because I've seen all of them many times. And I've got them all. I think they're all on either on Netflix or Paramount. It's one of the two streaming services I have. They're all on there. So I like being able to pull those up every once in a while. They're great. But yeah, when I was in college, I had a break between my last class, I think, which ended at 11 in the morning, and then there was like I had until 2 o'clock or 2:30 to go to get to work, and so I would get to go home from school, have lunch, and every day they'd show at noon they'd show The Twilight Zone, and then Alfred Hitchcock Presents at 12:30. I'd watch them both, have my lunch, and then go back to work. So especially the Twilight Zone ones, I've seen them all. I sometimes forget the names though. Oh, I'm always watching DVDs. I mean, lately I've been kind of binge watching Star Trek Voyager, but that's how that works from time to time. I haven't watched The Twilight Zone for a long time. And so even though I've seen them all a million times, I'd probably watch some of them again just because it's been so long. Yeah, I don't remember that one specifically, but maybe. Yeah, that's a good one too, where the airplane goes back in time. That's a good one too. Okay, yeah, I guess I do remember that one now. I do remember the woman keeps seeing the same guy along the side of the road. and she was like in a car accident or something like that and died. Let's see, what's another one I like? The one about the little girl who gets a present from her grandmother who just died recently, and it's like a toy telephone. And next thing you know, the little girl's talking to grandma on the phone all the time, and the parents just think it's interesting at one point, but it starts creeping them out. And at one point, they pick up to take the phone away from the girl, hold it up their ear, and they hear her talking. And then they try and figure out what they get a call on the regular phone about why that's happening, and apparently there's an out downed phone line, and they decide to go trace it. And the down phone line is in the middle of a cemetery, and the phone line fell on the grave of the grandmother. Yeah, the one with the gremlin on the plane, that's a good one too. Yeah, Billy Mummy was the kid that wished people away to the cornfield. Yeah, I didn't pick up on the Sixth Sense either. That's a great movie. I just watched that one recently. There's scenes in that movie that just give you the chills. The one where the kid goes to the funeral of the or the memorial service of the little girl and gives the girl's dad the video that shows that the mom killed her. Yeah, there was another one that Billy Mummy was in. What is it? Because it was that one, and what was the other one? I don't know. Let's look it up here. That's why we get the internet, right? Not just for looking at porn. Okay, let's see. There, what episodes did he appear in? It says he was in three. In an episode called Long Distance Call. Okay, maybe he was the kid that was it was maybe it was a boy that was getting the call from the dead grandma. It may be the Good Life or It's a Good Life, and an episode called In Praise of Pip. And I remember the name, but I don't remember that episode. Yeah, he was also in Lost in Space. I have to look up what In Praise of Pip is. I know I've watched it. I know it if I saw it. With Jack Klugman. What was because he was in a couple too. He's also one in one called Passage for Trumpet, and I like that one. I think yeah, it looks like Billy Mummy is still alive. He's 70 years old. 'Cause I saw they had like a picture of him here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that's him, I guess, right there. Still looks a little like him, right? Born February 1st, 1954. Yeah, I do remember him in the pool player one too. That's right. Yeah, I never watched really. I never was someone that got into westerns. Never saw The Rifleman. That was a little bit before my time. Well, I mean, I guess it's good he's just not spending all his vlogs doing Disneyland anymore. Yeah, see, haven't seen that one either. I watched Bonanza a little bit. Seen a few John Wayne movies. Honestly, I don't have any John Wayne movies on DVD. I've seen a couple of his movies. I like what is it? The classic True Grit. There's that remake of True Grit, and it's not nearly as good. The original is just awesome. Yeah, I never saw 77 Sunset Strip. It's funny though. I went down to the filming locations once with Jordan when he did a vlog on that. went with them. That was kind of fun. Yeah, I guess like sometimes in the old Twilight Zone episodes too, you could see like the matte paintings in the background. Oh yeah, in Dumb and Dumber. Well, I'll promise you, if when I go to Yellowstone, I'm not going to stick my hand in any of the tide pools there or any of the hot springs. I don't want to come home with a third-degree burn. Oh yeah, yeah. Universal Lot was used a lot. In fact, I remember I like the A Team, and a lot of the stuff there is filmed in the Universal Studios backlot. In fact, they got credit in the opening credits of the early part of the series. They got scenes where John Hannibal Smith is working in as a the as a what was it, the some creature from the Black Lagoon kind of thing, and walking around scaring people at the studio tour. And there's another scene where Dirk Benedict is smirking at a Cylon, which that always made me laugh. I don't know. I got to spend a little time and get the bike back into working order. I think there's a little something wrong with the gearing system. Maybe that'll be a vlog. That would be fun. It'd be fun to drive like from the suspension bridge down to the lake and back. That would probably be about a 10-mile drive or so, maybe a little more. No, no, it'd be a traditional pedal bike. But I do have a harness that would go on my chest that I could like put a GoPro on and really, you could see the whole thing. But the walk along the river is really nice. That's all part of the Cameron Park trading Cameron Park area of Waco. Well, Universal Studios has had a few fires that damaged stuff because the future set for Back to the Future, that was lost in a fire. Yeah, that was one of the greatest vlogs I ever went with Jordan on. In fact, it was fun because he actually let me do some of the research on it. And so I got like a 3 ring binder full of photos and all sorts of stuff. So I got to participate in that one a little bit. That was a great one to do. Yeah, there's some things that just need to kind of, be for that one show. So I guess them burning down the little house set, that probably is something. Make sure that we don't try and redo it again or whatever. Because I don't know, remakes and stuff like that. It just doesn't do it for me. That is true. It'd be a great tourist attraction. Maybe even a B and B. Go into the town and live like it's the 1850s for a few days. No phones, no technology, no electricity. Yeah, right. Dress up. Little House on the Prairie version of Westworld, but without the malfunctioning robots. I don't think I ever read the books. I was into like the Hardy Boys when I was a kid. I read a bunch of those. Yeah, my sister was into the Nancy Drew stuff. Guess that's my generation's Dora the Explorer. Getting close to the end of the last glass of water here. Must be getting close to the end of the live stream here. It happens. Chocolate pudding sounds good. No, I haven't made ice cream for a while. Maybe it's time to pull that thing out again. I've been meaning to try mint chocolate chip because I love mint chocolate chip. Get some big chunks of dark chocolate. And, yeah. Got the recipe ready to go, huh? All right. I'll tell you that peach ice cream I made, I think that was the second time I ever made ice cream and just experimented with peach ice cream. That was probably some of the best ice cream I ever had. It was so good. It was so good it should have been illegal. And it's Bluebell ice cream too, I think, not Blue Bunny. Yeah, that was really yummy. My ice cream is doing good. It's in the freezer. A squirrel walking around on the porch there. Yeah, I don't know. If it was my buddy, he'd come see me, I think. All they do is hide in the tree when I go out in the backyard and scream at me and flick their tails at me. Yeah, that's what I'm a little worried about is getting the flavoring just right. And that might be something I have to experiment with. Maybe just the mint part of the mint ice cream part of it, and then we'll throw in the chips once I get everything kind of tweaked into position here. Because yeah, I'm a little worried about that too. I don't think the coloring a problem will be a problem. Yeah, junior mints are pretty good. I like them. I gotta admit, I tried watching Seinfeld the first time, just didn't get it, and never really watched that show. I think there's only one episode that I ever saw after that original. And that was I don't know they went out to a restaurant or something like that, and the valet that drove their car had horrible bo, and the whole rest of the episode was every time somebody would get in the car, they go and they smelled it. And I was like, I don't know, whatever. Hey, there's Jeff. Dropping in right at the end again. I guess we didn't get Rhonda today either. Had Chinese food. All right, you can be ready for to be hungry again in 2 hours. Okay, so you planned ahead then, huh? All right, smoked chicken and steak for dinner. So that sounds good. Yeah, squirrels on the porch again. Thanks for stopping on, Yvonne. We'll be back next week again. Oh, that's all right. We'll have another party next week, Jeff. Oops, punched my laptop. Sorry about that. That was more of an ouch for the laptop. Yeah, I'll see you next week, Jeff. Looks like we're winding down here anyway. I don't know. I haven't decided what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. We'll go figure that out. Maybe go get a steak or something. That'd be good. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up for the day. We'll pick this up again next week. Thanks, everyone. Had a good time today. Good night.